It was a post to raise awareness on World AIDS Day, its goal to urge people to get tested for HIV. But it started a different conversation about how the government sees HIV and AIDS in this province.
The government's post only further serves to stigmatize HIV and the queer community at a time when HIV and AIDS is preventable, number one, and treatable.
Saskatchewan has the highest rate of HIV and AIDS in Canada. The biggest source of transmission is injection drug use, followed by heterosexual sex. Sex between men is a risk factor in just 9% of cases. The government has now deleted its post showing the gay couple. Today, it issued an apology. The government said that its photo stigmatized HIV and AIDS and those that live with the disease. It said it apologized unreservedly. Members of the LGBTQ community said it was homophobic and archaic.
I think it, for me, also highlights the fact that the government, when looking at HIV and AIDS in our province, needs to recognize the reality that is happening on the ground.
The government was questioned about the post at the legislature today.
Does this government recognize that photo is homophobic?
I recognize that it's very disappointing that was the image that people were seeing when we put out an image of what people with AIDS on a day that should be celebrated, of how far we've come with the treatment of AIDS.
Prairie Harm Reduction in Saskatoon supports people with HIV and AIDS. The centre has set up a safe injection site which provides clean needles and a place to safely use drugs. The centre has been vocal about what it sees as a lack of support and interest from the provincial government. It asked for $1.3 million but did not receive it.
Yeah, it just further reiterates that the government's not, taking addictions at the same level of seriousness as other issues, and it's not getting the right care and attention. Harm reduction messaging should have been at the forefront of any World AIDS Day messaging in Saskatchewan.
The majority of people newly diagnosed with HIV in Saskatchewan are Indigenous. In 2017, Indigenous people accounted for 79% of cases.
This really reflects the fact that the government does not care about what is happening here in this province. The rate of HIV among Indigenous people is at the greatest right across this land in Saskatchewan.
Kisika Piesis says grassroots organisations supporting people with HIV and AIDS need more funding. She says Indigenous people are less likely to seek help from government authorities due to systemic racism. She plans to bring up yesterday's tweet at an upcoming meeting with the province about its approach to HIV and AIDS. Alicia Bridges, CBC News, Saskatoon.